In this video, I'm going to be doing an analysis of Tesla stock. If you like this kind of content, definitely consider subscribing because I post all sorts of content like this for basically anything. Literally anything that has a chart, I will analyze it. So let's get right into it. So Tesla recently has been having a lot of trouble. It's been like really taking a beat down. I think it's actually possibly been it's performed as the worst stock in the entire S&P 500 right now, which it's not a good title you want to have, right? right? So I want to just briefly go into where it is right now and from a technical standpoint why it's been struggling so much, just based off of the chart. I'm not going to be going into the fundamentals. I mean, there's all sorts of other fundamental reasons for why Tesla's been down. Obviously, Elon's been split between his different companies right now, and it's harder for electric vehicle businesses to be profitable under high interest rates and all that kind of stuff. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to be simply analyzing the chart, and it might surprise you how much information you can actually get just by analyzing the chart. So let's get right into it. First of all, before we get into recent price action, since this is the first video I'm making on Tesla, I'm gonna very briefly talk about all the way back here, right? You had this range, and then price used these highs as a launch pad, to fly up. And when you get the strong reaction off of these highs, this is called an order block. Is what this final move down before this move up is called. This is an order block. So all these highs represent the top of an order block, and you can see that when it got this reaction, you knew that higher prices were coming. Oh yeah. So, I mean, the the thing I'm gonna do is going to be so simple, it's going to shock you, but it really is this simple. So, I can tell you when price was right here, I'm sure so many regular everyday people bought into Tesla, just like waiting for it to go up to its next leg up. But actually, what you can see right here is that price closed below this previous low, right? This red candle body closed below this low. That was a break of structure on the weekly time frame. And possibly the monthly time frame as well, right? And so not a great sign for smart money, right? Smart money saw that and they know like that's not great. But the thing that might shock you is, what I like to do a lot of the time is I will take the midpoint of the final move up. I call that the order block mean threshold. It's like just the technical name, but like basically just the midpoint of the final move up, right? And you can measure it two different ways. You can measure it from the candle wick or the body. But when you measure it from the body, you get something that looks like this, right? And you can see that these candle bodies perfectly respected this mean threshold. And what that told smart money is, all these lows down here were going to be targeted, and clearly even these lows were targeted as well. So yeah, how you could have traded that back then was when you saw this reaction off of this mean threshold like this, or even right here, you could have assumed that these lows were going to be taken out and then swing trade down to the lows. Super solid. But yeah, uh, it took out this low, and then there's only so many more lows for it to take out before it's like wanting to take out highs again. So it tries to take out highs, and then what we get next is the same exact thing that we had before, right? First, it hit this. So right there, see that? From this wick to up here, that midpoint, mean threshold, that's the first one, right? Then let's do it again. From there to the top. Well, I guess from there. It really depends how you measure it, but there we go, right? The second invalidation and a lower high getting rejected off of that mean threshold. Then it happens a third time. So what did that tell smart money? That prices were gonna go lower. And so along with just like everything else that's going on with Tesla from like a fundamental standpoint, the chart is really looking scary because what's going on is this low is being targeted and so is this low. And how do I know that? Because price purposefully aims to drive through old highs and old lows. That's where they get the most people getting emotional, freaking out, that kind of stuff. So, when price broke up here, it came back to this mean threshold, right? And when it got this reaction, you knew it was going to take out this high, right? It was going to take out this high, and it was going to take out this high. The problem is, now you don't really have that. I mean, maybe it's possible it does a double bottom and it like comes back up here in the short term. But double bottom is not a good thing. And maybe you could argue that this is a mean threshold, right? But like at 130, you could maybe get some support, but I really think that'd be short-lived because I think this low over here, it would be the ultimate target, especially because this low is also so close by, so it would want to take out both of those, right? Then you have this big imbalance, and I think essentially that's going to be the long-term draw, is this giant imbalance in between 60 and 80, and it sounds crazy right now, but I mean, with all the things going on with Tesla right now, the fundamentals, the Elon being distracted, I mean, with it performing so badly when the stock market's up, what happens if the stock market has a 3-month period where it goes down or sideways? That's going to be really tough on Tesla, as it's the worst performing stock of the S&P as of right now. So it sounds crazy, but this is kind of the range where Tesla very well could go. And you really, if you get into all the details, you could try and like time this stuff, but like in general, it's just trending slowly to what will, I think, it will. I mean, obviously, it might just only take out this low and go up, but like with a high amount of confidence, I would argue it's very likely that it's going to come all the way down to this imbalance down here. And it might not. It might only go here and go up, but that is my analysis. That's where I think Tesla should be going in, the next, I guess year probably. Yeah, this looks like about a year. So I hope this was insightful. I hope maybe you got something from this. But anyway, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.